You're watching CBT News official coverage of the New York Automotive Forum hosted by NADA, JD Power, and New York International Auto Show.
Senator Bernie Moreno, you just gave an incredible performance among dealers, OEMs, and vendors. What was today's message all about?
That we are about to enter a golden age in automotive in this country, unlike anything we've ever seen. And while there may be some perceived turbulence out there,
right,
the best years for this country and this industry are ahead of us. And those who embrace that will win.
Right, right. So a lot of the dealers that are out there right now are a little bit concerned. Has there been any updates since you and I last spoke about 2 weeks ago?
Well, look, negotiations are ongoing. I encourage car companies to go out there and communicate with the administration, see what they're willing to do for more investment,
sure,
more jobs in America. The border continues to do well. 95% drop in border crossings.
Unbelievable.
Which is unbelievable. Nobody
right,
thought of it without passing one law.
Wow.
75% at the northern border, so Canada's got to do a little bit more.
Right.
But once we get to a comfort zone that fentanyl is not coming in the way it was, we can end the fentanyl emergency, or President Trump can.
Sure.
And of course that resets USMCA.
Sure. You mentioned during your presentation here at JD Power all of the different things that we've dealt with in retail automotive, from tsunamis to chip shortages to the downturn in the economy, everything.
The savings and loan crisis, depending how far back you want to go.
That's true, that's true.
The oil crisis in the 70s. Right?
That's right. And you said, and I think a lot of dealers were shaking their head, yeah, the guy's right. And that is, in a year from now, we won't be talking about this. Do you truly believe that?
Totally believe it. In fact, what we'll be talking about is how strong business is.
Yeah.
How the sales are going to be approaching 20 million units a year.
Wow.
Because the economy is going to be growing.
Right.
Jim, look, we can grow our GDP at a rate of 4 or 5%.
Right.
We have $6 trillion and counting in investment in America. Wow. We're going to have the best tax environment on earth. We're going to have the best regulatory environment on earth. We're going to have the best energy policy on earth and the best workforce policy on earth. Those are the variables that we're missing. Right. We're not going to be forcing consumers into one powertrain versus another, forcing car companies to lose money on cars customers don't want. That's going to usher in a golden age for America.
Right, right. And you made the comment that it would be like somebody getting up and saying, okay, all cars are purple. So next week, all cars must be purple.
I worry when I say those things, Jim, because I may have some of my Democrat colleagues that go, ooh, purple cars would be safer.
Right. Maybe there's something to do with purple.
There might be because a white car is more dangerous. You don't see it coming, right? But look, it's silly. Let the marketplace work. It's the greatest engine of economic opportunities, the free enterprise system.
Right.
Customers choose with their wallets.
That's right.
They decide what kind of the car they want to buy. That message goes loud and clear to dealers, who relay it to car companies, and those car companies make the cars customers want, not the cars politicians want.
If there's dealers watching right now, and there are, what can they do from their position with their stores to help your efforts in Washington, D.C. to get this accomplished?
Well, go on teammoreno.org and make a contribution.
Okay,
but beyond
that's a good start.
Beyond that,
right.
No, in all seriousness, look, control the variables, or focus on the variables they can control.
Okay.
They can control how well they take care of their clients, how they embrace technology, how they manage their inventory, how they take care of their people, right? How they build up their used car operation, their finance department, their fixed operations, lower their costs. Focus on those things. Don't get caught up in a news cycle. Look, when the 2008 recession hit, I used to have a TV in my office right in the middle of the showroom. I turned it off. I did. I said, I'm not going to. I can't control that.
That's right.
I can't control any of those things.
And you're right
about that. I can control what's in front of me, which is my clients and my people.
That's right.
Focus on that. Look, dealers have had 100+ lives. The most resilient entrepreneurs in America are automobile dealers, and that's what. And when they do that, dealers win.
That's right. Senator Bernie Moreno.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being a great voice for the car business.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Happy to do it.